Yeah, film and a little practice. We're off yesterday.
What's your biggest concern about them heading into this series?
Well, you know, lots of concerns. I mean, it's a very good basketball team. That's why they're in the conference finals. So it's arguably, you know, the best or one of the top defensive teams in the league. And finding ways to score is going to be very difficult. So just playing against their defense is enough of a concern right off the bat.
To break down the point guard matchup a little bit, last series, Tony had Steph Curry and what he does. Mike Conley's a different kind of point guard. He's a hard-nosed defender, but a different kind of offensive.
Well, he's like the poster guy, you know, for a point guard. I mean, he's a distributor. He scores. He reads the defense. He sees what's going on. He runs the show for them, but distributes the ball really well, and is capable of shooting the ball whenever he needs to. So he shows real good judgment in both areas, and he's a real key to their basketball team. Everybody just thinks about Zach and Mark, who are sufficiently wonderful as players, but Conley's very, very important to that group.
You had to sort of scheme some defenses for Curry, different people and multiple defenses and whatnot. Do you not have to do that with Conley? I mean, as you say, he's a more traditional point guard. You can just only do assignment on him straight up.
Well, you can't give everybody just one look. You know, people get used to it, so it'll be incumbent upon us to give him different looks now and then, just so he's not too comfortable, but you know, he's pretty sharp.
You feel like Splitter's basically 100% with the ankle, or is he still?
His ankle's fine.
How important will be winning the big man battle to winning the series?
It'd be important. How important? You gonna give me a scale or something, or you know, whatever?
What will be the key to winning it?
There's lots of keys to winning a basketball game. You know, you can talk about transition D, but if you shoot 30%, you might lose. You know, you might shoot well and turn it over 27 times and lose. So there's lots of keys to winning a basketball game.
They are, I think they're number one in basically running people off the three-point line.
Number 2, yeah. What's the difference, right? They're pretty darn good at it.
Yes. So, what do you do to get your
You know, we just do what we've done all year. We can't be somebody else. So we're not going to change a whole lot at this point. We just go play, and you know, you win or you lose.
you have a good sense that at least this time, you know, as opposed to playing with a few years ago, that you're healthy going into the series?
I make no comparisons to anybody we played in the past. All that matters is this game against this team right now. Past, future, irrelevant.
Just in general, you satisfied with going into the Western Conference Finals with everybody in good shape?
You mean health-wise? Yeah, we're healthy. Okay.
Tony, you had an amazing matchup last series against a guy who can score in a whole lot of different ways. Maybe the best shooting point guard in the league, three-point guard. Mike Conley's a completely different animal, as Pop said, a traditional point.
Yeah, but
talk about the matchup.
He's very effective, and he's very underrated. You know, for me personally, he's definitely in the top 10 best point guards in the league, and he makes it happen. You know, he's a pretty good shooter, great penetrations, going hard. But his left, he's got great floaters, and so you have to respect him. And for me, when you have a big game, they win. So obviously we need to stop, you know, Gasol and Zach Randolph, but Mike Conley is a huge part of what they do.
Young point guards come to the league every year. Do you remember when he kind of came onto your radar as a guy, like you say, is a top 10 caliber guy?
Well, it started when we lost against them in 2011. You know, he had a good series, and so after that, you know, he improved every year. And for me, he's in the elite because he does a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff in the basketball game that can help his team win.
You played on that college team with Greg Oden. Were you familiar with Conley coming out of college at all?
Not really. I don't really watch college basketball, so I didn't know. But you know, when he arrived in the NBA, then I knew right away that he's going to be good.
What can you guys do to help the bigs in this series? That's going to be such a key
Well, just
matchup.
like the Lakers, you know, we're going to have to help a lot and dig. You know, Mark and Zach, their beast inside is going to be tough. So a little bit like Powell and Dwight Howard, a lot of help. Everybody has to be ready. Team defense.
Does winning that Lakers series give you confidence that you can do it against these kind of size guys?
Yeah, but it's still a different team. You know, Memphis, they're a very complete team and they're playing great basketball right now.
Can you talk about their defense? You know, Pop was telling us
Yeah, the
about how
defense
tough it's
is-
going to be
yeah.
to score against them.
Yeah, they do a good job, you know, packing in the paint, and they're very physical, and they create a lot of turnovers. That's one of the way they score. They create turnovers and on the fast break. So we have to make sure we control the ball and make sure we don't have too many turnovers against them.
You expect that you're apt to see Tony Allen some on you defensively?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Tony Allen, Prince, everybody. I'll be ready. So we'll see what they're going to do.
What do you need to do as a team to get three-point looks against these guys? They're really good at running teams off the
Make
line.
sure we move the ball. That's always a big key with us. When we start moving the ball against Golden State, we're starting to play Spurs basketball and getting a lot of shots, a lot of assists. And we need to do the same thing. Even if they're going to pressure us and play physical, we still have to run our stuff and execute.
Last year, you guys got 2 wins from going back to the finals, and then it fell apart. Does that become a motivating factor at this point that you were so close?
It was a motivation since training camp. You know, we were really disappointed after last year because we had a great opportunity, being up 2-0, and you can go to the NBA Finals. And we understand as a team that those opportunities are very rare. And we have another great one right now. You know, we have home court advantage against a very good team, and so we have to take full advantage of it.
Was there any kind of lingering grudge or anything from the 2011 series?
No, not really, but they played great that series. They played great basketball, and I won't not say grudge. That's a strong word, but it definitely gave us a little motivation.
There was kind of some grumbling when Mark Gasol won the Defensive Player of the Year award.
From who?
Just very
You?
on the media. Oh no.
Oh, okay. Did you vote for him?
I don't have a vote.
Oh, you never vote.
He's not your standard shot blocker type, but he's so
Yeah, but
very
it's position defense. Position defense, a little bit like the European style, kind of. And Spain, they always have a great defense, and he brought that to Memphis. And for me, yeah, he doesn't like block shots, you know, like Dwight, or he's not like spectacular, but he does all the little stuff that you want, you know, for a defense.
Does that make it tougher for you to kind of, obviously you live in the paint and you have a big
Yeah, well, I know him very well. You know, play against him all the time in the NBA, and then we play all summer long against each other. So it'll be fun. He knows I'm coming. Good. All right, thank you guys.
From the sort of finesse team you just played, how do you have to get your head?
Well, it's more like the Lakers. Of course, they have probably the best defense in the league right now. Very physical. They are, solid group. They know their roles, and everybody playing well. But get in the paint, grind it, that type of team. So we're gonna have to get better, get more physical, tougher, even stronger at the boards. So it's gonna be a really tough series, as everybody knows.
With the emphasis on defense this year, Tim being healthier, Thiago being more experienced, do you feel like you guys are better equipped to kind of go toe-to-toe with them than you were 2 years ago?
You never know. I think so. You're always optimistic. I think that even the addition of Boris is going to help us. He's an experienced player that is very good defensively in the paint. So hopefully we are in a better situation at that time.
How big is Thiago's role? Really good down there battling Mac.
He's going to be huge like everybody, but not particularly. I mean, we always need Thiago to be good. I mean, he showed in Game 6 how important he can be for us. But particularly defensively against a crew like they have, they put a lot of pressure on the other bigs because of Mark's and Zach's presence in the paint. So they're gonna have to do a great job, but we're gonna have to help them the same way they help us with Golden State Warriors smalls. So it's a team defense as always.
Memphis is number 2 in three-point defense. They run people off the line as well as anyone. How do you approach getting good looks from the three-point line?
It's all about moving the ball. They are long, of course. Allen and Prince are very long-armed, and they are good doing that. But we're not a team that just lives off the three-point line. I mean, we have other weapons, and the times that we get the most open shots is not just jacking up threes. It's just penetrating and kick. So hopefully we can keep doing that, and we have a good overall offensive performance.
Where do you rank Tony Allen among the perimeter defenders?
Oh, he's one of the best for sure. He's a specialist. He's really good getting in passing lanes with his long arms, getting steals, and even blocks from behind. He's very athletic. He's a good defensive player.
How did swapping Prince out for Gay, how did that change your identity, if at all?
Well, they became a more focused team on putting the ball in the paint. Before, Rudy was like a force in the perimeter, and he took a lot of shots. Now, they kind of focus on feeding Zach and Mark. Conley has been doing great, so that playoff that we lost really wasn't there either. So I think they still play great. They probably even got better defensively, and they understand the game.
Sometimes you don't really realize how good another team is until you're in a playoff series with them. Do you remember that series 2 years ago being really eye-opening for you guys about how?
Yeah. It was really tough. It was very difficult for us to score and to stop Zach and Mark. So they did a wonderful job. We were not in our best part of the season. We started really well, and then we started kind of going down, and they were in their best. So that happens many times. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're 1 or 7. It depends on how you're playing at that point. That's those games. And we started with the wrong foot. We lost the first one, and they got stronger and confident, and that's how they beat us.
Is there a little bit of a revenge factor?
No. Every series is huge for different reasons. I mean, it can be a little bit of that too, but I don't think you need any more challenge than playing a conference finals and having the opportunity to go to the NBA finals. So not that we needed that. This is big enough.
Gasol is not your stereotypical shot-blocking, athletic Dwight Howard type player. What does he do on defense that makes him so effective?
Well, he's longer, very long-armed, and he gets in good position. It's hard to get him in the air, of course, but he, being so long and being in good position is a key. I mean, you can see that on Tim. Tim's not gonna get 3 of the blocks he got, flying. Just getting in good position off offensive boards when the other team just feel confident that they have a layup, and with their length they modify a lot of shots. So Mark is very good at that.
You guys got so close last year to getting back to the finals. Won the first 2, then it fell. Does that still stick with you guys to this point, or is it something that is?
Everything sticks. Every experience you had sticks and is part of what you are. So what happened last year, what happened 2 years, we had 3, 4, 5, and my rookie season. Everything builds up to who you are now, how you feel things. So we felt like last year we had a huge chance. This year we have another one. So we gotta do even better.